I started working with Louisa in the Dream Bigger space, her membership, and I was just doing the what I was calling in for the week. I think it was $5,000 I was calling in for the week, and the next day I got $2,000. And then over the next 7 days or 6 days, I got an additional $2,300. And I didn't meet the $5,000 goal that I had for that week, but it gave me the confidence that I can do this. This is so simple and easy because I was doing the helixing daily, and that really helped me get into the energy and call in what it is that I wanted.
Like I'm guessing most people here, I've been to a couple of these kind of master classes. Really liked Louisa's approach. Although I'd done a lot of kind of coaching and sort of work on money otherwise, this was the thing that kind of connected the dots and led to that further success. Got a lot from the community too, so you know, you will meet a lot of like-minded people in there, and already you know, forged some really quite strong relationships there with other members, which has been fantastic. Where I was at versus where I've got to, I'm now consistently having £10,000 months, which is fantastic. I'm sure Louise is open to having a call with you if you are interested in what else she offers. Just kind of really lean into it and trust your instinct.
And just being in Louisa's orbit is so empowering, So yeah, I'm very, very grateful to be here. I've told Louisa this and I'll say it again. She is the best coach that I've ever had because she matches me. She works with the energy. She's very loving and accepting. And I'm not one of those people who can just do all strategy. I have to be aligned emotionally and energetically and spiritually with what's going on. And she does that beautifully.
When I first did the energetic edge, I got results like within days. And when I find a teacher that, like I said, she had a new key. She had something that I definitely was missing. And I resonated with her energy. Her energy is amazing. She's so welcoming. She's so generous. She's so knowledgeable. She has so much insight. I'm just like in awe of this energetic person. For me, it's like, this is your next teacher. This is where you're going next.
Nothing has shifted my personal life or the life of my clients faster than working with the amazing set of skills and tools that come with the Helix method. So if you're looking for something to explore that's going to enhance your practice as well as your personal life and give you a heads up like nothing you've ever seen, my strong recommendation is that you check out the Helix method.
Welcome, everybody. We'll get started in just a minute. Welcome, welcome. Oh, so good to see you're here. Let's see who we have here. Good morning. I know it's early for some of you. A huge welcome. Blurry eyes. Welcome Anna, welcome Sam, welcome Jackie. Who else we got here? Welcome Yifan, a huge welcome. I know we've got more people coming and joining us. How are you guys all feeling after yesterday? Are you feeling good? Are you thinking, I'm uncovering some stickiness? What's going on? We're in it now, we're in it. Let's see what your reflections are. Do pop in the chat. Hi Joe, welcome back. It's so good to see everybody today. Yesterday we began by looking at the identity that you've been leading from in 2025 and what has become clear. I was reviewing all the comments yesterday of all the reflections everyone was sharing, and across every industry that is represented here, it is very clear that strategy hasn't been the barrier, but identity has. And I heard so many of you speaking to things feeling sticky, inconsistent, or like the opportunities here, but I can't quite hold the version of you who can then step into it. And some of you named procrastination, the kind of on and off of momentum, contractions. Others shared that that your next level customers are ready, but something in you still contracts before they arrive. And in our conversation yesterday, we explored the 4 upper limit fears, and you saw in real time how universal they are. The fear, just to recap for everyone, the fear of being flawed, the fear of outshining, the fear of success being a bigger burden, and the fear of disloyalty or abandonment. And everybody found something, how the patterns were showing up in their energy field. And of course, we touched on how you're in relationship with money and how this all impacts your ability to hold it. And many of you were reflecting trust issues with money, fear of it running out, inconsistent months, spending surges after wins. I mean, this can manifest in so many different ways, or simply not feeling safe to receive more. And the other pattern that was coming through was the outflow rising the moment that the inflow, the cash flow comes in, and you're like, hang on a second, where's my opportunity to hold it here? And woven through all of this is the thread of your nervous system's overwhelm, whether it's burnout, freeze responses around visibility, getting sick after launching, or emotional loops that feel like they keep pulling you back. And so many of you have already achieved some incredible things, some remarkable things, yet the body hasn't yet kind of caught up with the vision. And this is where that exact point where the identity evolution is meeting your capacity. Your vision is expanding faster than your system is feeling safe to hold. And the most important insight from yesterday was that you cannot outperform your identity in the energetic set point that you're leading from. And the beauty of this work that we are doing together is that you're shifting the inner architecture so that everything else can calibrate. So today we're moving into the second pillar, which is your capacity. So this is where we are expanding your ability to hold more wealth, hold more visibility, hold more innovation, more responsibility without slipping into contraction, burnout, or self-sabotage. So we're going to be identifying where your nervous system is contracting around success, pressure, growth. We're going to uncover what is going on in terms of reversals, the resistant patterns, so that you're increasing your capacity to hold higher revenue, to hold the bigger decisions, to hold the increased visibility, all the things that come along for the ride when we say, hey, I want to make a bigger impact in the world. Hey, I want to grow my business. And at 6 and 7 figures, resistance is showing up in the decisions that shape your business growth, who you're hiring, how you're investing, how visible you're allowing yourself to be. And what is so key is creating that alignment between your higher self, your subconscious, your conscious, and your nervous system, so that you can allow the strategies to finally land. Is this resonating? Oh, welcome everybody. I can see more of you jumping on. So we want to be able to lead from a regulated, grounded place instead of feeling like you're waiting to take action, but you'll take action once your back is up against the wall. So you're in that reactive space. So let me know, with those of you who are live with us today, were you here live with me or did you catch the replay? Do let us know in the comments. And thank you to everyone who has been sharing and tagging us in your shares. Your name will be going into our draw that we will do on Thursday. And every time you share, your name goes into the draw. And you can also be entered into our prize draws by sharing that, sharing your takeaways in the Telegram group as well. And when you're sharing on social media, remember to tag us. That's the key thing, because that's how we grab your name and pop your name into the draw. What we're drawing for, that's what I need to share with you, is for on Thursday, we're drawing for the Akashic Record Ultimate Collection. So that's 3 activations that you can listen to on demand to download your highest timeline. And we're also drawing for a year's membership of Dream Bigger, the Visionarium, where you'll amplify your intuition and access to your higher self-intelligence so that you can dream bigger and create that reality. And you can also be entered into the big draw on Thursday when you take part in our survey. We've got a survey for you. So this helps us shape our masterclasses and trainings moving forward. And we've got a new gift at the end of the survey. So when you hit submit, you'll get a beautiful link to download one of our popular large sums of money sleep meditations. This is a Google link, so you can download it onto your personal phone or your laptop to say thank you for completing the survey. And the survey link is on our replay page, and the team will drop it here at the end of our time together. So you've got another opportunity to win more prizes as well. And for those of you guys who are here with me live, stay with me till the end. When you're sharing your takeaways at the end in the live Zoom room together, we'll do a draw for a prize. And today's prize is a Life Between Life Review activation in the Akashic Records. This is a digital guided self-activation in the Akashic Records that, again, you can listen to at any time you choose. So you don't have to wait until you've transitioned this life to receive the guidance for what your soul wanted to learn this time round. So you can collect all this information, all this insight, and then use it to give you clarity and direction for your next chapter. And actually, the question I always get asked as well is, I didn't win a prize, but I would like to buy that prize. Can I buy that prize? So we do have these available on our shop on our website, which is louisahavers.com/shop. So if there's anything where you're like, I want to get my hands on that, then do know that they are available for purchase there for you as well. Alrighty. So let's get into session 2, the capacity. So I just invite you just to take a moment now to come fully present. So this is the time just to really land in your body. Take a moment to give yourself a couple of letting go breaths. Breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. And I invite you just to take a moment to call your energy back from people, places, timelines, and spaces. And then to consider and reconnect with your intention for our time together. What is your intention for being here? What is your intention for the revenue and impact you desire to make over the next 90 days? And I just invite you to notice what emotions you're feeling in your body right now. Are you noticing any contractions? Just become aware, just allow them. Just notice. There you are. Resistance. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how expansive and aligned to your intentions are you feeling right now? Just take a moment to become aware. And I would love to see your intentions in the chat, and let me know in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10, how aligned are you feeling to your intentions right now? Let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh, this is great to see. I love the intentions coming in. This is fantastic, fantastic. Alrighty. So who's ready to increase your capacity for more wealth, more visibility, more leadership? Give me an I'm ready in the chat. We've got a full range here of numbers coming in, so that's great. Thank you. So we're building on what we started yesterday with discovering how the upper limit fears are kicking in to keep you locked into your current identity. Remember, the subconscious has a 100% success rate in delivering your programming. And I want to give you a framework so you can use it to go deeper, so you can have rapid results. So I'll share the framework with you. And then we have the fabulous Adele Michael, who's one of our amazing clients, sharing her experiences of shifting programming in the Wealth Portal. I interviewed her in one of our previous masterclasses. So I'm going to share our conversation together. And then we're going to be doing some helixing together. Who is up for that? Alrighty, so let's dive into this. Let me just get my slides, because I want to share this with you. Give me a second. Got some 6 out of 10s, 7 out of 10s, 8 out of 10s. Okay, we are rocking and rolling. Alrighty, can everyone see the slides again? Just give me a yes if you can in the comments. Alrighty, so I'm going to give you the overview of these 6 energetic blocks as they're relating to, what you might be seeing in your field right now, given the current context. And then we're going to dive into how this all relates to your capacity. Because there is real factors behind the inconsistency that you're seeing. Anywhere that there's a plateau, anywhere there's fluctuating income, visibility to contraction, burnout cycles, all the things, that the inability to hold the next level of wealth, success, and influence, even when all the strategies are in place. And nearly every client that has come to join us in the Wealth Portal has already invested significantly in consulting, in mindset work, and high-level business mentorship. But what finally shifts things is addressing the roots, the subconscious and the energetic imprint that's driving their identity, their capacity, their coherence. This is where the lasting results come from. So let's start to dive into these blocks. So the first one is resonance rift, as I call it. So this is where your higher self, your conscious mind, and your subconscious mind are all operating at different pathways, different frequencies, and your energy can't hold the outcomes that you're logically desiring and that your higher self desires. And I saw yesterday this was really showing up, where people were saying that they were feeling excited and doubtful at the same time, wanting next level income, but not trusting that you could sustain it, feeling like you had real clarity in your vision, but then this contraction in the body, big goals, but inconsistent energetic alignment. And of course, that split creates hesitation, procrastination, overthinking, and the sense that you know what to do, but you just can't get yourself to do it. Does that resonate? Did that come up for anyone here? So your path to break through that resonance rift and to bring you into that multidimensional alignment is to create that full coherence across all levels of your consciousness. Then we have somatic default set points. So, and you'll see that these are all linked, but this framework's going to help you to really pinpoint what is going on in your consciousness. So the somatic default set points, so your body, your brain, your emotions, your energy, all hold, think of these as like familiar baselines, set points for wealth, success, visibility, pressure, love, safety, all the things. And every entrepreneur has them, every human being has them, regardless of income level. The set points will be different. But yesterday, what I was seeing were people were speaking about the consistent income in some places, but feeling like that there's no growth. Earning more, but then spending more. Windfalls being followed by contraction. Anxiety that doesn't dissolve even when the money arrives, because you're feeling like the shoe's going to drop. Does that make sense? Or there's the other big one that comes in relation to the default set points is the fear of burnout or losing freedom in some way at that next level. So think of this as your somatic set points pulling you back into the emotional and chemical state that your system recognizes as home. So default set points forming through your childhood conditioning, the trauma that you've experienced along your lifetime, the trauma you've experienced in your leadership in your business, so past business experiences, old emotional patterns, ancestral beliefs and patterns, and your nervous system's survival wiring. And like any addiction, the body is pulling you back to what feels familiar, even if it isn't helpful. And this is why you can have a big month or a big investment win and then watch something else in your life contract. Does that make sense? So clients often, I've seen, will allow more in one area. So the revenue and the opportunities are coming in, but then unconsciously limiting another: time, energy, vitality, relationships. And so that internal balance is staying familiar. And the key to this is upgrading the identity that created your current set point. And when we shift your identity, your emotional baseline changes, your nervous system stops pulling you back into those old versions of yourself. Does that make sense? Let's see what's landing for you. Fantastic. Keep the comments coming in. I do read all of them. Alrighty, so the next one, this leads me on to the current identity. So this is the key piece that we started diving into yesterday, that your current identity is producing your current reality. You cannot outperform who you believe you are. So if you're trying to create 7-figure results, for example, from a multi-6-figure identity, or investor level results from an entrepreneur level identity, the field is going to stabilize you and bring you back to what feels familiar. So I really want you to think of this as your strategy is identity and energetics first, and then business implementation and business type strategies, strategic strategies there as second. And yesterday's chat clearly revealed, so many aspects in relation to this. People talking about identity loss after career transitions, holding on to old roles, old ways of working. And next year is the year of innovation. How are you going to innovate? How are you innovating yourself? So a mismatch between who you were and then who you are becoming. How exciting. Can you imagine us all being here this time next year and looking back to see who would you become? So the thing is, your identity doesn't upgrade automatically. It's anchored in to the familiar unless you're consciously intending to evolve it. So your path to breakthrough is to be the identity of your future self now. This is one of the highest leverage pieces of work we do in the Wealth Portal. Curating your identity matched to your next level of revenue, your next investment strategy, your next leadership archetype. When your identity shifts, then everything shifts around you. Opportunities follow. And you get to be discerning in the opportunities that are coming in. Is that one that I would like to do? Is that an alignment? There's always more opportunities coming. There's always more opportunities coming. And I'm reminded as we're talking about identity and this aspect of lovely Jacqueline. You'll meet Jacqueline tomorrow. Jacqueline is a metaphysical teacher with decades of experience, and she came into a previous energetic edge that I held, knowing the importance of this inner work because she'd already cultivated mastery in her field. But despite all her experience, she had this identity conflict running underneath her growth, her old self-concept, tethered to her version of the person who had to work for every win. And she had paused her business. So when she came in, she wanted to get her energy and her identity aligned before she started launching her business. And so she joined the Wealth Portal to integrate her to deeper level. And she manifested a large deposit that she'd been waiting for ages suddenly came in. She started to embody the identity of that surplus, being in the overflow, and her entire field reorganized around her identity. And so I share that just so you can see how the power of this work, as soon as you change your levels of consciousness, what's held in the layers of your consciousness, and you change your energy, you change your reality. So this work is so essential. And this links into the nervous system pinnacle, as I call this. So this is the capacity of your nervous system before the flight, fright, freeze, fawn, flop responses are triggered. And this is one of the biggest blocks that I see in high-level leaders. You can create momentum, but your system may not feel safe holding it. And we saw yesterday people sharing fear of burnout, fear of working harder, fear of things collapsing. You've built everything and then something comes and swipes it. Fear of the other shoe dropping. You know, your nervous system is interpreting rapid growth as danger unless it has been recalibrated. And next year, we're going to see speed. Our relationship with speed needs to be really anchored in, because things are going to get faster and faster. And your self-innovation, involvement and embodiment, this is the opportunity to anchor it in more quickly so that you can speed up and feel comfortable with speed. Does that make sense? So anywhere that your nervous system is interpreting rapid growth as danger, unless it's been recalibrated, is going to create some wonkiness in your results. And also anywhere that you're feeling like overexcited about something, that can trigger an energy reversal, because the body is interpreting that overexcitement as nervousness. And so it creates an energy reversal, and you can feel the nervous system shut down to protect you. So if we think of the nervous system response, just want to touch on this for a moment so you can really see, okay, where is this resonating for me? How is this showing up in my reality? And let me know in the chat so that I can support you with this. So we've got the flight response. Anywhere you're rushing to do things, you're feeling like you've got to hurry, feeling like you've got to move, and you feel like you've got to do. And this is what we've got to really watch for as things are speeding up, that we're not moving and mirroring that speed with our flight response. Does that make sense? So it might show up as, you know, feeling like you must keep moving to stay safe, rushing from task to task, even when there's no urgency. Who here is a rusher? From the perspective of feeling like you've got to rush to get everything done. So that speed is feeling more like pressure rather than flow and rapid results. Does that make sense? Or it might show up as difficulty sitting still or being present, taking on unnecessary tasks to avoid the feeling of spaciousness. I've seen that one so many times, and it can be really, really sneaky. This is the nervous system trying to escape the sensation of growth. You can see your celebrations coming in as well. Congratulations. Do keep sharing them. That is so exciting. Alrighty, then we have the freeze response. So this is like, you can see the next level, but you can't move towards it. It is the most common pattern that I've seen so far with what you've been sharing. It can look like procrastination despite clarity, staring at the to-do list but unable to start, knowing what you know you need to do but just feeling immobilized, often described as like that. There's just a block, like or a heaviness or a fog when I'm thinking about the next step. I just can't seem to take that action, or the mind going blank, or having a big win and then doing nothing for days. So that's your body hitting your capacity ceiling and shutting down momentum to, you know, to keep you safe. Then we have the fight response. This is a push harder. I've got to control more. I've got to do work harder. This can show up where you're pushing through exhaustion, or you're trying to force outcomes. Does that make sense? Anyone feel like they're a fighter? So perhaps you're taking on more because doing feels safer than receiving, or you're over controlling launches, clients, or timelines. So it can show up when effort is feels like safety. So it's linked with that proving energy, that protecting energy, that surviving energy. Does that make sense? And I hope this context is helpful. It's going to really feed into when we're doing the energy testing in a moment, so that your consciousness has already received this information. And so then as we're starting to discover what is hidden when we do the energy testing, we've got this in your consciousness. Then we have the fawn response. So this looks like overgiving, anyway, you're over functioning, people pleasing so that you feel safe. So it could look like this in business, like over-delivering far beyond the scope, reducing prices or adding bonuses to avoid disappointing someone, taking responsibility for clients' emotions or results, saying yes when you mean no. Who's done that one? I know I have. Giving money away, caretaking beyond at your expense. That's fawning, or holding fear that success is going to cause that disloyalty or that abandonment. So fawn is that protection against that fear of loss or being abandoned, being impacted in some way, like we're afraid about shining others. I know that one came up for people yesterday as well. And then we have the flock response. So this is the energetic collapse. Feeling drained suddenly for no reason, needing to lie down after you've been visible, or getting sick after launch periods, or just about to start that task, but it's been on your list for ages and is going to be the big needle mover. And then you feel so tired, you have to go to sleep. Anyone had that one? Flop is it hit the system actually hitting its absolute limit. And the thing is, it's usually after running the fight, flight, fawn for too long. So sometimes we can be so used to that energy running in the background that we've just been ignoring it. We haven't been paying attention. And so then the body's like, what am I going to have to do? Right, we're going to have to hit stop, make them flop. And these responses, they get activated around success and growth when the next level feels bigger than your current identity, when expansion's feeling unsafe because of past experiences or burnout or pressure. So the subconscious is trying to maintain familiar set points. And responsibility is, triggering anywhere as a child. So childhood patterns, or even, early career patterns as well of over-functioning. The nervous system's getting triggered. Anywhere that you had an experience where you didn't have the coping mechanisms. Anywhere visibility was feeling threatening. And that's from this timeline, past lives, ancestral programming. All of this is in our consciousness. But these are all capacity issues. And once the nervous system is, regulated, these patterns are dissolving rapidly. This is why this creates such accelerated results. So your path to breakthrough is to heal these anywhere the nervous system is at its capacity. So you can expand your capacity, heal the emotional loops so that you're regulating your nervous system. Safer to hold more that's coming in more quickly. Hold greater visibility and responsibility and all the things. And this is so key. I remember one of our clients, Joan, when she came into the Wealth Portal, she had significant business experience and a robust investment portfolio, but she was holding quiet, unprocessed fear in her nervous system. Fear of loss, fear of responsibility, fear of repeating past mistakes, this rumbling anxiety that had been with her for a long time. And whenever she was expanding, then her system was contracting and kicking in. Anyone else notice a history of perhaps fatigue, over responsibility, or that aspect of waiting for the other shoe to drop? And inside the portal, Joan released this deep-rooted pattern tied to safety and financial responsibility. And when we had released that fear pattern, those fear patterns in her system, she had some fantastic results. She experienced an instant 320,000, 100,000 US dollars portfolio gain. She received a paid in full client. She downloaded an entire book within days. And because she'd moved into this emotional coherence and her field recalibrated so fast because her body finally felt safe holding that next level that she desired. This is the gift of this work. Alrighty, so let's dive into energetic buffering. So this is where your field is sending mixed signals, and part of you is, calling in wanting the bigger results, while the other part is saying no, broadcasting fear, doubt, self-protection. And this is that energetic incongruence. So I call this your human Y field is buffering the signal. The universe is going, I don't know what you want, what's going on. 1 minute you're saying you want this, the next minute you're saying you want that. It's responding to frequency. So your path to breakthrough is to clear the reverse and resistant energies, to restore the coherence, stabilize your frequency so that your desires can actually land. And this all leads me to the strategic dissonance. So this occurs when the strategy you're applying is misaligned with your identity, your capacity, your energetic frequency, or the stage of business that you're at, what your business is truly ready for. And yesterday, people were reflecting around how they were pushing strategies that were feeling heavy or outdated. They were trying to scale whilst dealing with foundational fear, mismatched money goals and nervous system capacity. And thank you so much for sharing all your reflections in the chat here and Telegram and in your messages and emails to me. This is so key, because when strategy is chosen from fear, from urgency or comparison, or miscalibrated identity, it creates reversals. So your path through is to upgrade your frequency and identity, and then select the strategy from your future self state. This work that we're doing together is what makes your strategy work in an aligned way. And when I think about, my own journey, when I first came into business, I did exactly what a lot of high achieving leaders do. I went straight into high output strategy. I was looking at Facebook ads and funnels and scaling tactics, all the things that I knew on paper would create momentum quickly. But here's what actually happened. I used Facebook ads to test my messaging, which in hindsight is a very expensive and energetically misaligned way to grow. The ads worked until the market shifted and costs went up, the quality dropped, the data became unreliable, conversion rates, went down rapidly. And it felt like I was constantly chasing stability. But when I look back, I couldn't see this like in that moment. I was still operating from my old social services identity, the identity built on crisis management, built on pressure, built on surviving, built on firefighting, and holding everything together with that sheer force. And so I got to experience that all over again. And I hadn't upgraded my identity to match the level of expansion that I was trying to lead. And because of that mismatch, I created reversals, contractions, unnecessary financial leakage as well. So because I was trying to solve the problem with the same identity, the same consciousness that had created the problem. And once I understood, default set points, reversals, nervous system capacity, this framework that I'm sharing with you, everything changed. And when I got into alignment, I was implementing strategies that were aligned for my business. I became more profitable, more precise, had more space within my business. And this is why I think energetic alignment is so, so key. I got to be more of who I truly am. My leadership upgraded, my nervous system relaxed. Thank goodness, our company's revenue was growing with far more ease. So I'd moved beyond that 6 figures with hustle and outsourcing my authority to all the algorithms by upgrading my identity first and then my strategy second. And when I'm embodied, in that next version of myself, and I'm leading with coherence, things flow so much better. Of course, my identity, as is everybody's here, is continually evolving. The key is intentionally evolving and creating it. For me, I'm not rushed anymore. I can hold that spaciousness in my life. I can hold the duality of life and business, because life is going to life. We get to feel it all. Earlier this year, I had the death of my best friend at the same time, realizing a lifelong dream of visiting Havers Shoal in the Caribbean, which is a spot in the ocean named after my dad, who discovered it when he was a navigator in the Navy. And the duality of, that alongside being able to work wherever I'm choosing, whichever part of the world I'm choosing to land in, and partnering with the best clients in the world. And I can say this with absolute conviction. Strategy works when the required identity is aligned, but it's going to fail when your identity is outdated and you're trying to lead with an old version of yourself. And so this is key, as you're thinking individually about what's going on for you and 2026 and the self-innovation required and the speed of change that is happening is what is required for you in relation to your identity. This work will take you from cycling through the same patterns, take you out of a plateau, to have a regulated nervous system, a coherent field. So we're going to build on this today so you can start to feel this in real time together. All right, before we do that, I would love to take a moment just to shine the spotlight on the fabulous Adele. So let me do that for you now. We're just going to sit back and invite you to listen to this conversation. I want to shine the spotlight on Adele. and notice what resonates for you and what takeaways you have from listening to our conversation. There we are. Hello. Welcome, Del. Thank you for coming and joining us.
Oh, it's great to be here. And hello, everyone. It's so good to see you. This is a great place for you to be.
Do you want to introduce yourself, Adele? Tell people what you do, and then we'd love to dive in to hearing your experience of transformation so far.
Yeah, so I live in North Carolina in the central eastern seaboard of the United States, and I have been a psychotherapist, a hypnotherapist, and an abundance coach for women business owners for years. And I came to Louisa because I had actually inherited money and I was starting to fall for scams. So I knew I was in trouble because I didn't think I was worthy of having more than what I had. So we've been working together for about 9 months. And I have to say that I was just realizing today, while you were talking, Louisa, about the nervous system, mine is so much calmer. And I'm not saying I wouldn't fall for one, but I can spot a scam a mile away. And I just say, nope, that's not for me. And I'm rebooting my business. And I actually love doing sales. I love talking about money. This was not the case before. I've done some other coaching programs. I find that this wealth portal has been it's the deepest. It's the deepest. Others can be on the surface and they can be very helpful. They can also be mental, but because this is emotional and energetic, and most of us women are emotional, energetically driven, this really has hit me in specific ways that really, really have helped so much. And of course, you've seen Louisa in operation for a few days, and you know how lovely she is, but she's also incredibly, incredibly intuitive and very experienced, because she'll say something and I go, well, where'd you get that? And she said, working with my clients. It's like, oh, okay. You have a breadth and a depth of knowledge and experience that's really, it's so healing and so lovely. And there's work to do. It's not that you take the magic wand and go bonk, there you are. No, there's work to do, but it's good work and it's very effective. And I've just loved being here, and I've loved the people I've gotten to know. And I'm happy to say I have a few friends now in the wealth portal who saw the opportunity and said yes. And I guess what I would say, if you're considering working with Louisa in the wealth portal, it's an investment of time and money and your energy, and you may not feel like you have it, but I actually had an energy reversal when I talked to Louisa about doing the program initially, because I was muscle testing. I knew I wanted to do it, and I would muscle test and go no. And so you, Louisa, said, yeah, is there part of you that's reversed and thinks this is impossible for you? And indeed, that was true. So I got in. I've just been so grateful. You, Louisa, I don't know if I've told you this, but you are the best. It's about money, but it's about so much more, because it's about everything, right? Like you've been saying, you're the best coach I've ever had, and I've had a bunch. So thank you. So if you're thinking about working with Louisa, I would give it a million thumbs up, and because you'll get a lot out of it, and you'll be able to share what you learn with your clients and have more clients.
Oh, I just love hearing Adele talking about her experiences, and I would love for you to have these kind of results as well. And as Adele mentioned, inside the Wealth Portal, we go deep, but it is designed to meet you where you are right now. And we'll share a little bit more about the Wealth Portal at the end of our time together today. I want to dive in now to doing some helixing with you. So let me know who is up for doing some helixing. Give me a yes in the comments. We've got some yeses coming through. All righty. I love this. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, fantastic. Let's do this together. So I'm going to walk you through this. We're going to be using our helixing methodology. We're going to use the sway technique as it helps you to connect with your body. So you're likely to feel the somatic and energetic responses from your subconscious as you do it when you do it this way. And I'm going to guide you through the higher self invocation. Then I'm going to give you some phrases to energy test on or to muscle test on using the sway technique. And then we are going to, I'll give you some space to release a couple of those. So if there's a few more for you to do, just make a note of where you've got up to. You can always circle back later to pick up on the ones still to do. And of course, any questions, keep them coming in the chat, keep them coming in the Telegram so that I can make sure that we get all your questions answered so you can keep moving forward and have the breakthrough that you're here to claim. Alrighty, so let me guide you through the higher self invocation first. We do have this all laid out in our guide as well for you. So the team will pop the guide for you there in the chat. There's particular phrases that you're going to test. They're on the screen. So if you want to take a screenshot of them or take a photo with your camera, but they're not in the guide because we're changing those each day as we're building on each day. Alrighty, okay. So let's increase your life force energy first off. So inviting you to start to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 8, and to do this 3 times. Bringing your awareness to your soul star chakra as you're doing this. So just about 18 inches above your head. Just bring your awareness there. And then from this place, affirming, speaking to all levels of my consciousness, I intend that in the name of divine truth, love, and light, let all information come from my higher self and be in alignment with my divine truth for my highest good and the highest good of all. I am creating a clear channel of communication and manifestation between my subconscious, conscious, and higher self, so that they are 100% connected and in perfect alignment and all working towards my highest path and purpose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just notice how this feels as you feel your life force energy expanded. And from this place, we're going to energy test now. So just as a reminder, you stand with your feet hip width apart. Pay attention to the somatic responses as you say the phrases out loud that I'm going to give you in a moment. A forward sway is typically a yes, a backward sway is typically a no. If you go round and round in circles, it's likely you've got an energy reversal, or you may be like a plank like that. You're like, I'm not moving. Then that's likely an energy reversal as well. Alrighty, so let's take a couple of minutes now to do the energy testing. Let me know which ones you get a yes to in the comments. So we are really focusing on some questions here in relation to your nervous system. This is where so we can expand your capacity. So the first one is I'm unsafe to hold more clients, and just notice what you notice as you say that out loud, then move on to the next one. I'm going to say them out loud quickly for you and then give you some space to say them out loud for yourself. So I'm unsafe to hold more clients. I'm unsafe to hold more wealth. I'm unsafe to hold more visibility. I'm unsafe to hold more responsibility. I'm unsafe if I have more success. I'm unsafe if I have more pressure. And then I want you to say this phrase out loud for each one individually. So my nervous system has unresolved trauma to do with holding more clients. Then my nervous system has unresolved trauma to do with holding more wealth. Does that make sense? My nervous system has unresolved trauma to do with holding more visibility. Then say it for more responsibility, more success, more pressure. Alrighty, so I'm going to pop some music on. I've got a couple of minutes. We don't need to rush this. We just want to allow and notice how the body's responding. There may be a delay between you saying it out loud and the body's response. Alrighty, so we're going to meet back here in a couple of minutes and we'll see where everybody's at. We'll just have one more minute muscle testing. Let us know what you're getting in the comments below. Okay, awesome. We've uncovered some stuff here. Okay. And as you were receiving these responses, yeah, that's so good. Did you have different pressure changes? Did you get hot, cold? What did you notice somatically as you were muscle testing these? Okay. Okay, so we've uncovered some energy reversals, spotted some things have gone. Okay, so we've got some anxiety bubbling up, some unresolved trauma, some energy reversals, responsibility. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Alrighty, so I'm going to start to guide you through these now. I'm going to guide you through the first one to release together, and then we'll create some space so that you can continue releasing a couple whilst we're live together. So just as a reminder, we get your heart into coherence by breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. Then you say the phrase out loud once, twice internally, holding CV17 for releasing emotions or beliefs, and tapping the karate chop when you're releasing energy reversals. All right, so here is the phrasing. So I'm ready to release, feeling unsafe, to hold more, and then you insert whether it's clients, wealth, visibility, responsibility, success, or pressure. So there's quite a few of these here today. Okay, so I'm going to guide you through the first one for holding more clients. So I'll say clients out loud. If you're working on another one, just replace the wording clients with wealth or visibility, whichever one you're doing. So we've got the root scripts here for you for releasing feeling unsafe, to hold more. Then the next phrasing is to releasing the energy reversal. So anywhere you got a plank-like response for something, or you're going round and round in circles, that's likely an energy reversal. So you can release it as such by saying, I'm ready to release this energy reversal. And then we've also got the phrasing, I'm ready to release this unresolved trauma to do with holding more clients, wealth, and so on. Okay, alrighty, let's do this. Okay, so holding CV17. I invite you to take a nice deep breath in. So you're breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. Just feel your heart filling up with love. And then saying out loud, I'm ready to release, feeling unsafe, to hold more clients. I release and delete this across all dimensions and levels of consciousness. It's breathing in for 4. Breathing in for 4. And then I invite you to say this silently. I'll say it out loud so you can follow along. I'm ready to release, feeling unsafe, to hold more clients. I release and delete this across all dimensions and levels of consciousness. Breathing in for 4. Breathing out for 4. One more time. I'm ready to release, feeling unsafe, to hold more clients. I release and delete this across all dimensions and levels of consciousness. Just taking a nice deep breath in and out. I invite you to do 2 more now with us live. If there's more to do, just make a note of where you got up to, and then that's the aligned action to take after our time together today. Carve out 15 minutes so that you can release these before we get back together tomorrow. Notice how you're feeling, how your body's responding as you're doing this. You may start feeling lighter. You may be yawning. You may be burping, farting, your stomach guggling. All of those body functions, somatic responses are normal. Have one more minute and then we'll be moving into the alignment piece. Ready. Welcome back. We're going to switch gears a little bit now. So if you've got a few more to release, then do just make a note of where you're at. And then we're going to move now into creating the aligned coherence. So we're building on the energy and the imprinting that we were doing yesterday. We're doing the same again today. So inner rewiring for 30 seconds for each of these. I will be the timekeeper and give you a heads up so you can just be in it, doing it, and then I'll guide you through a visualization. Alrighty. So inviting you to start to breathe in for 4, breathe out for 4, and fill your heart up with love. I love, I love, I love. And from this space, starting to think, I lead with my values. I lead with my values for 30 seconds. And moving on to the next one. I evolve quickly. I evolve quickly. Moving on to the next one. Extraordinary outcomes are normal for me. Moving on to the next one. My influence expands effortlessly. My influence expands effortlessly. Beautiful. Moving on to the next one. I'm the kind of person who has desired cash months. So if it's 20k cash months you want, you're going to say, I'm the kind of person who has 20k cash months. Beautiful. And from this space, switching gears a little bit, inviting you to close your eyes and to see in your mind's eye a scene of you who has the version of you who has already achieved your desired business growth. Just take yourself there for a moment. How are you moving around your house? What action are you taking? How are you drinking your cup of tea? What feels different in your body? Beautiful. And from this place, with your elevated frequency, I invite you to live in the energy of the question, how am I surrounded by more wealth and opportunities? How am I surrounded by more wealth and opportunities? And just ask the questions. If you're handing it over on a post-it note to the universe, to the higher self, you're not trying to consciously answer it. You're activating the answer. And you're asking it from an elevated frequency. So you're going to receive and hear more clarity from your higher self-consciousness. And throughout the day, you can ask this question. And as you're going to sleep tonight, I invite you to send yourself off to sleep saying, how am I surrounded by more wealth and opportunity? Who remembered to do this last night? Let me know in the comments if you remember to do it. If you're like, oh no, I forgot. Here's your reminder. You've got another opportunity to do it again tonight. And the aligned action is to take action on the inspired ideas that are coming through to you. And of course, if there's any more to release those from the work that we were doing earlier. We'll do the imprinting again, and then we'll be coming back tomorrow to build on this again. Righty, how are you feeling? Let's see how everybody is feeling. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Let's put you all back here so I can see all your beautiful faces again. Let's see, feeling good. Okay, awesome. Awesome, I love it. And as we wrap up for today, I would love to hear what's been your takeaway. You're sneezing up a storm. Oh, love those somatic responses. Yeah, we're going to do our draw for the Life Between Life review for everyone who has shared their takeaway. And I do just want to take a moment to share with you, as over these last two sessions, you've experienced in real time how quickly your unconscious, reveals the truth when the right conditions are created and how fast your field is responding. Been seeing some beautiful celebrations coming through. You've started to see where the fears, the reversals, the somatic default set points and the patterns and your current identity has been shaping your results far more than strategy could. So you know that you're not lacking strategy. You've been trying to implement your next level vision through a 2025 identity. And this is where you can be unintentionally slowing your progress down, not because of your capability, but because of your nervous system, your subconscious mind. your current identity, still all operating from that old version of who you've been. So this is where, as we're moving into that year of innovation, any identity drag becomes the most expensive liability that you can carry. So for those of you that are already feeling the resonance, there's two ways to integrate this work quickly and more powerfully. Yesterday, we opened the doors to two options. So we have our elite 12-month private coaching container, and we have our 6-month live wealth portal group coaching. So just to give you a recap, so the private advisory, a year-long partnership with me. This is the most intimate and potent way to work with me. This is where we are recalibrating your identity in real time, strengthening your nervous system to lead at scale and maintain that emotional steadiness under pressure, refine your decision-making, speed of decision-making, preventing reversals before they start, cost you revenue, aligning your strategy with energetic coherence, protecting your profit, protecting your capacity, and your enabling you to hold that innovation edge. And this is the space where you're evolving at the speed that your next level requires, without the burnout, without contraction, without like an identity whiplash. And the value of our private coaching together is 50,000 USD, in terms of my time and expertise over a 12-month period. We'll be using the Helix method, Akashic records, to contribute to you as you're creating your next level, your financial future. But the biggest problem in, high level implementation is the things that inevitably crop up, quick question, a strategy pivot, the nervous system's triggered, or you want me to, share feedback on a piece of copy or strategic plan that needs immediate review. So you can't wait for our scheduled call. So, and that delay can cost revenue and momentum and all the things. That's why this container is built around eliminating that bottleneck. So I'm excited to reveal a juicy bonus. So within my private coaching partnership, you have dedicated unlimited access. So think of this as your implementation channel. So we call it Telegram priority support, but it's more than that. Think of this as unlimited quick calls and access to my expertise in real time. So where we can break down complex, energetic and strategic constraints that the moment that they arise, it's that instantaneous support, not delayed guidance. And so this alone means that your 36K investment is essentially purchasing a year of dedicated access, the ultimate reassurance. You're investing in speed and certainty of implementation that's turning, the insights, the awareness into results without the headache of waiting. Plus, I gift you a spot in the Wealth Portal and Dream Bigger. And so when you're factoring in that 50K call coaching, the unlimited access in Telegram, I also give you a little black book of investment opportunities as part of the Wealth Portal, working with me in that year-long container. The value of that is over 100K already, all for the investment of 36K. And I'm really excited about this. We haven't even revealed the most exclusive part yet, so stay tuned for tomorrow for that one. There is more coming. So if you're feeling the resonance, send me a message saying private, and we'll explore whether this is the right partnership for you. And then we have the Wealth Portal. So this is our 6-month Wealth Energetics mentorship. This is done with you. Identity consciousness recalibration is designed for you to become an energetic match to higher income in 45 days or less. During our time together in the Wealth Portal, you'll receive 6 months of 3 live coaching calls each month to get that personal attention, that immediate support. So this is perfect for leaders who want that structured implementation, rapid clearing of the upper limits, and being able to calibrate into a new identity and expand your nervous system. And this week, you'll receive $1,000 off the 5K retail price. Plus, if you pay in full, you receive a further 10% saving. And you get Dream Bigger as membership as a gift as well when you step into the Wealth Portal this week. And you can come and join us on our next live call, which is tomorrow. And what I have found is the biggest obstacle to success is implementation, because resistance is not if resistance pops up, it's when. And, that impacts the effort you're making, the sacrifice that you're feeling. So, you might have a quick question outside of our calls, and we don't want you to be waiting for an answer because that costs momentum. So I've eliminated that. You have direct access to me in our private group Telegram. That's where it's prioritized support. So you get those rapid answers and troubleshooting and finding out what's going on in your consciousness on demand. So think of that as your personal fast lane to success. And for your fast action bonus for the Wealth Portal, so we have the Ultimate Guide Implementation Toolkit. So this is everything you need to implement with precision and speed without wasting months trying to piece it all together. And you'll know exactly how to uncover what is hidden, what to ask. When you don't know what to ask, I'm there by your side to help you with that as well, so that you can change your energy and change your life. And it just reinforces who you are becoming immediately. So if you're feeling the pull, message me with Portal and we will get the information over to you. The team can pop the links here in the chat for you as well, and we'll have them on the replay page too. Yesterday, I gave you a heads up that for the first 3 people paying in full, you'll get a private one-to-one session with me. That's the Wealth Ascension Akashic Activations, where we're going to meet your highest wealth timeline in the records. So I'm super excited for that. Once those spots have gone, they are gone. And I did just want to take a moment to speak directly to my long-term partners. Those of you who've already invested in the Wealth Portal over the last 5 years, your loyalty is the foundation of this community. So thank you so much. And I love to reward loyalty significantly. So you've already got the bonuses of the blueprint, the membership site, the training that's there. It's all updated and you've got access to that, which I'm super excited. So we've got new training in there for you. And for those of you that are choosing to come and join us in the Wealth Portal, and you've previously been in the Wealth Portal before, coming to join us in for the live acceleration calls. So as a thank you for your commitment, anyone who's previously purchased the Wealth Portal over the last 5 years, you'll receive a $500 loyalty credit towards this 6-month live experience. So your investment today with the payment plan would be $3,500. Just reach out to Client Care, let us know, and we'll give you the unique code, and I will see you inside. And for our Helix Method Mentor graduates who are purchasing the Wealth Portal this week, I've got you covered with our Certified Partner Implementation Guide, as I wanted to give you something to support you in monetizing the licensed material that you have. So this is proprietary implementation tool designed to help you leverage your existing IP so much faster. So I'm super excited to reveal that for you. And so if you know that the next 12 months are requiring a different version of you and you're ready to lead with that capacity, sharper clarity, your expanded nervous system, then reach out. You'll know which one you're being drawn towards. If you've got any questions at all, send me a message. We can have a chat in DM, and that's just so that you can make an aligned decision either way. And I will go back through the chat to see if there's any questions that have popped up along the way. And of course, you can pop over any questions in the Telegram Energetic Edge, or do pop them over, DM me or pop them over into our email at clientcare@louisahavers.com. Alrighty, let's do the draw. Let's see. Okay, dun, 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 dun. Who's going to be the winner? Let's see. Just scrolling up to see where the takeaway started. Okay. Who's gonna be the winner? Oh, I'm so excited. You're gonna love this. I've just seen who's won. Dun, 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 dun. The winner is Jackie Phillip. Jackie, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. That is absolutely fantastic. You've won the Life Between Life review in the Akashic Records. You can download that at any time you choose to receive that guidance. Oh, I love all the congratulations that are coming through. You've still got an opportunity to win this as part of our ultimate bundle that we're drawing for on Thursday. All you need to do is share your takeaways, contribute in the Telegram group, share your reflections in there. So anyone on the replay, you can share your takeaways there. We'll pop your name into the draw. And of course, anytime you share and let people know that you're in the Energetic Edge and this is what you've got out of it so far, and you share the link so they can register and come and join us, then we'll pop your name into the draw as well, so you can have an opportunity to win that there. Alrighty, so your aligned action for today is if there are any more blocks that you uncovered today to release those as you're going to sleep tonight, to say to yourself 10 times, how am I surrounded by more wealth and opportunities? I'll see you in the Telegram group between now and tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be back. We're diving into the prosperity field. I hope that this session has served you. Thank you so much for all your love and contribution to each other here. And we will see you live again tomorrow. Until then, sending you lots and lots of love. See you very soon.